We have Praveen Khandelwal from the BJP. Mr. Khandelwal, how committed is the government when it comes to taking content makers, industry and social media firms along, even if there is, a need to bring in larger regulations? Because I remember just a few years ago, there were many cases that used to get filed against OTT content, from a kiss in Suitable Boy to a dance in Tandav, many episodes. No one wants artists to be vilified, arrested, or even, or even in a police station. How can the government look at taking the industry along? Because the nature of the digital economy is also centered around more saleable content, more viral content.
Thank you, Vasudha. Let me make it very clear that in the name of freedom of speech, we cannot allow dirty material to be presented on any social media or open platform. This is what has been done by all these YouTubers and all that. Daily we come across lot many such kind of activities being telecasted or aired on social media and YouTube. So therefore, there is an immediate need to have a balancing free speech with the need to prevent misinformation, hate speech, and harmful content. And in this regard, whatever the current laws are, I am of the considered opinion that the legal framework should be made strengthened, and there has to be a platform accountability in order to make sure that all these people, those who are using the social media, should not place any such material which is against the basic culture and heritage of the country. And this is what exactly being done by all these people in the name of freedom of speech. Of course, the Constitution of India guarantees for freedom of speech, but yes, under the garb of freedom of speech, if somebody narrates the story like what Allawadia did, which was not liked by anybody, then of course there is a need to strengthen the legal framework, and at least these people, those who are taking opportunity of giving misinformation, should be accounted for.
Mr. Khandelwal, you heard Saket and also Sasmit here. How important is it to make this not about law and policing, but something that the community wants? Because more than deterrence and legal provisions, I think a community-led effort works. Your government does talk about Jan Bhagidari. How would you ask youngsters of India who are into this business of content making to create content that is safer for everyone to watch, but also entertaining and world-class, without having them to fear arrests or police action?
Well, I'm sorry, I cannot agree with my friend Saket Gokhale what he is saying. We cannot leave the things on the viewers. What my friend Sasmit Patra has said, I fully corroborate with that. There are multiplicity of laws. Now the basic thing is that reasonable restrictions with mandatory obligations on the platforms, those who are owing it. So what I feel that the government should implement laws in a strict way. Of course, there are multiple laws. Can we make it a comprehensive law or a guideline or certain parameters under which the platforms should operate? So therefore, there has to be a mandatory obligation. We have seen wherever there are ethics, wherever there are self-regulations, these regulations are never working. We have seen in advertising, there is a self-regulation, but nobody is adopting that. So we cannot. We are at a transformative stage. So we cannot leave the entire spectrum for the viewers to decide what they want to see and what they don't want to see. Therefore, government has to step in and some sort of guidelines like Central Board of
I want to see government will decide for me.
Okay.
Sorry, sir, you're effectively saying I can't decide what I want to see. The government will decide what I should see. I'm sorry, that is not a democracy. That is not a free country, sir. It is my freedom.
Mr. Gokhale, I was patiently listening to you. Please allow me to complete my statement. What government is not going to decide, but yes, government being the custodian of the people of India has a right to draw the fine lines within which the platform will operate. You cannot allow anybody to operate in their own way. So my limited point is for government intervention is that whatever multiple laws, we need to make a comprehensive law, a mandatory obligation for the platforms to operate, because this is an open box. And we have also to see that foreign power should not intrude into it. Okay. So therefore, government has to step in.
Closing remarks from you, Mr. Khandelwal, very quickly.
While fully agree with what Mr. Sasmit Patra has said, I am of the considered opinion that the time has come when government has to introduce mandatory content moderation guidelines for platforms. This is the only way we can stop the misuse of this social media.